And welcome back to Green Bay. Halftime score, Texans with a 10-7 lead. Gus Johnson along with Steve Tasker, tight first half.
Yeah, it really was. The statistics were, kind of even all the way across. And I think both clubs are running the ball well enough to use their play action passes. Aaron Rodgers is finding a lot of different receivers. And at one point, 13 different guys had caught a pass in this game for both teams. I mean, it was really, they're spreading the football around and doing exactly what they want. Turnovers have been the difference.
All right, let's take a look at the statistics from the first half.
And you've seen this before from the Texans. If you watch them throughout the season, they put up good numbers offensively, but they just don't come away with the win. And really, it's because of those turnovers. They lead now, or losing now 2-1 in the turnover ratio, but they're 5 of 8 on third down. I mean, they're rushing the yard, rushing the ball very well. I mean, this is a game that that has been typical of the Texans. You look at it, they missed the field goal going in at halftime. They should have had a 6-point lead. They fumbled the ball going into the end zone, which would have made it a 13-point lead. And now, as it is, it's a 3-point lead, and the Green Bay Packers are exactly where they want to be.
And a reminder, this game is brought to you in high definition here on CBS. So we're ready to start the second half. The Packers will have the football. Aaron Rodgers puts on his helmet. He threw that interception in the first half as Mike McCarthy looks on.
Yeah, I think it's key in the second half here for the Packers, Gus. They've got to move the ball and be more productive on first and second down here in the second half. Mix it up a little more on first down. Let Aaron Rodgers throw it a little bit more. Get themselves into third and short. Stay on the football field offensively. And then defensively, I think they're having a lot more success when they pressure Matt Schaub and blitz him right in his face.
So Chris Brown sends it away, and it's fielded at the 15 by Blackman. Blackman looking for a seam, and he crosses the 35, or gets to the 35, before being brought down. A 21-yard return. Antoine Molden with the tackle on special teams. As you take a look, the weather here, 9 degrees with a 5-mile-per-hour wind. Snow expected in the forecast for later on this evening.
That graphic's wrong, though. It doesn't feel like -1. It feels like -10. It feels worse than -1, and -1 feels pretty bad.
First down and 10 at the 35. Here's Hall and Grant lining up in the I formation. Rodgers throwing on first down. Underneath, incomplete. Greg Jennings, the intended receiver. And let's take a look at Aaron Rodgers in the first half.
When he came out, found a lot of different receivers, as we said. He moved around. All his guys started making lots of good catches, fully extended, had the touchdown pass to Lee, got his team back into the game. And I like the way he works the field, Gus. I like the way he finds a lot of different receivers, and I like the way he hangs in the pocket.
Second down and 10 at the 35. Rodgers, far side. That one almost picked off again. Wow, dangerous pass, as Jennings was the intended receiver. Jacques Reeves was there.
Yeah, you'll see this pass comes in high and behind him. And that's, you got to put that on him. Jennings takes a nice shot, even though he doesn't catch it. But that's just a little inaccurate pass right there by Rodgers. And I think we've seen that a couple of times today. I don't know if it's the cold or whether it's Rodgers, trying to steer the football away from a defender who's breaking on it. But, he's got to be a little bit more accurate on those kind of throws.
Third down and 10 at the 35. Now Rodgers in the shotgun. Stepping up, Rodgers throws on the run, incomplete. Once again, Ravel Martin, the intended receiver, and the Packers go 3 and out. Mario Williams with pressure.
Yeah, and they had 4 receivers to the near side, and Rodgers, I think he was waiting on a guy. He just waited on his first option a little too long, Gus, and just like I said a moment ago, they were totally unsuccessful on first and second down and ended up 3rd and 10, and now they're punting.
So Jeremy Capanos punts from the 20. And he gets away a very solid punt. Jacoby Jones from the 17. And Jacoby Jones straight ahead. And he runs over the 30 up to the 31. A 47-yard punt, a 13-yard return. And here come the Texans. And welcome back Gus Johnson, Steve Tasker with you as the Texans take over, 1st down and 10 at their own 32. Play fake. Shaw drops it off. Leach, the fullback, out of the backfield with great running room, and he is tackled inside Green Bay territory, and a flag on the play. Maybe a face mask. Bishop with the tackle.
Yeah, there's 3 flags that flew in all simultaneously. Devontae Leach.
During the run, personal foul, face mask, number 55, defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
Yeah, to be at the end of the play, you get a fullback, you see there it is. I mean, that's no question, that's a face mask. Fullback catches the ball out of bounds, Gus, they never go out of bounds. He catches on a little swing pass. He's hoping everybody on the defense takes a shot at him so he can have a shot back. A nice catch and run, though, by Leach, though, no question about it.
So they tack on 15 yards at the end of that run. All of a sudden, the Texans have the football at the Green Bay 32.
Yeah, it turns it into a big play.
Walter in motion. Now Slayton running the football. And Slayton wrapped up Ryan Pickett, the left defensive tackle, with the stop. And that is a no gain. As you take a look at the statistics, Matt Schaub in the 1st half, 220 yards passing, 100 of those yards going to Kevin Walter. Slayton close to 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, Slayton's really having a good day. Had a couple of nice big runs, but he's also been productive in short yardage. And then, of course, the receivers, those are the 2 big guns. 1 for 11 for Jennings, 2 for Andre Johnson.
2nd down and 10 at the 32. Slayton, the single setback. Here he is skipping, and Slayton going down. Now, something interesting happened before the game. I was talking to you, and you played in Buffalo for so many years, and I said, is it just a macho thing when you see these guys come out and they have on no undershirts on under their uniform, and their sleeves aren't there?
Well,
and you said something interesting.
Well, the home team will come out and they'll have their sleeves off for warm-ups, and the Texans come down from the south. They don't really know how to dress, so they kind of look at the home team, say, how are they dressing? And they'll say, oh, I see it. If I get heated up, I won't need the undershirt. So the Packers come out, warm up with no sleeves, then they go in and put them on, and the Texans come out without sleeves, and they're stuck with no sleeves.
3rd down and 6 at the 28. Shaw underneath. Daniels leans forward, and I don't know if he has enough for the 1st down, as he is stopped on the play by Will Blackman.
Yeah, he's going to be short of about a half a yard. But there's no question, Gus, you get these guys in here that play in this kind of weather, they know how they want to feel when the game's going on, and they'll dress accordingly. And teams who aren't used to it will come out and experiment before game time and pregame and in warm-up to find out exactly how they're going to feel once the game gets going, and it's difficult to know exactly. So sometimes you'll peek at the other team, the home team with the experience, and get an idea of what you should do.
So Chris Brown will get another opportunity. He missed a 41-yarder at the end of the 1st half. This one from 41 yards away, and this time he nails it. So with 11:53 to play in the 3rd quarter, the Texans take a 13-7 lead. And welcome back as the Texans make it a 13-7 game. Chris Brown has had a switch in his snapper this week.
Yeah, today it's Clark Harris who is replacing the player who has a bad kick, who is suspended.
And the Packers pick it up and out of bounds.
Jason Hunter on the return.
As we take a look at Brian Pittman was the snapper, and he is serving his suspension. Thursday on CSI, Lawrence Fishburne and William Peterson together for the first time on TV's #1 show. Missing it will be a crime. A new CSI Thursday on CBS, America's most watched network.
There's a lot of things going on, Gus. You look over at the Packers, and their holder, Matt Flynn, has not been holding all year. It was the punter, Derek Frost, who was holding, and now he's gone. So Flynn steps in as a holder. So both teams kind of shuffling around on their specialist trio, the snapper, holder, and kicker and punter.
1st down at the 30-yard line. Here's Grant. Grant with a big opening, and he gets inside Houston territory. Brandon Harrison with the saving tackle. A gain of 19.
Yeah, you said it, Gus. I mean, this was a big one. He's going to come right over here and break it up right between or just inside that tackle as he moves out. He cuts it right back behind the pursuit, and it just opens wide. And you saw it right as it happened. They just didn't get the backside sealed off defensively, and he found it.
First down at the 49. Rodgers hands it off. Grant again. And Grant, 3 yards on the play. Travis Johnson, the nose tackle, with the stop.
Yeah, Frank Oakham almost had Grant right in the backfield. Couldn't pull him in. I mean, Oakham came free. And Grant just made him miss and got the couple-of-yard gain instead of the couple-of-yard loss.
Grant, 11 carries, 55 yards. Second down and 7 at the 48. Grant again. And this time he stumbles forward and gets to the 44. Picks up 4, Xavier Adibi.
And the last series, the Pack came out through 3 straight times. It was a 1-2-3 and out, Gus. Now, Mike McCarthy looks like he's getting the hammer out. Grant's running it 3 straight times, and it's been very successful. Now, you know, you start doing this, Gus. The Packers are good at it. Aaron Rodgers is going to hand it out to a guy to hand it off for the run. He's going to pull it back in and try for the home run.
Third down and 3 at the 44. Packers 0 for 6 on third down conversions today. Here's Rodgers. Fires one, and it's knocked down. Reeves reaching across and knocking it away, and Green Bay has to punt again.
You saw it, Gus. I mean, they had it going on. The Packers are moving the ball well, and they try and convert a third down, and they just can't get it done. It's not a bad throw by Rodgers, but Reeves is just all over it. They just don't believe that the Packers are going to run deep, and they squat on all the routes, and they're just sitting in the middle of it.
So Cabanos will punt from the 42. Pops this one high in the air. Jacoby Jones lost it, gets it back, and covers it up at the 10. A 34-yard punt. So Jeremy Cabanos, after a 25-yard attempt, or rather punt on his first one, has really settled in and has done a fine job of punting the football for the Packers. Jacoby Jones taking his eye off of it. He gets a lucky bounce. And welcome back. First down and 10 for Houston at their own 10-yard line. Leach and Slayton in the backfield. Here's Slayton running over the right side. And Slayton keeps his feet moving. Then he gets to the 15. A.J. Hawk with the tackle. Minnesota and Detroit. Here's James Brown in New York.
A little fight in the Lions, Gus, after a Minnesota Chester Taylor 17-yard touchdown run. 3 plays later, Culpepper up top to Calvin Johnson. 70 yards, Gus. 13-10 Detroit. Steve Tasker, not quite a Gus Johnson call, but close. Back to Gus and Steve.
All right, JB. Well, Green Bay would love to see the Lions defeat the Packers, trailing by 2 games with 4 games to go in the division. Slayton keeps those feet moving again, and he picks up another 5 yards. A.J. Hawk again with the tackle, and Slayton has now gone over the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
And what a nice season it's turning out to be for Steve Slayton.
Gained 6 yards there. 5.1 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns, 17 carries, 103 yards today.
When you go into these teams, you talk to them about each other. You always get a feel for what the guys really like from the defense that has to face them, and it was evident that the Packers had a lot of respect for this rookie.
First down. Here's Schaub looking. Schaub for Andre Johnson, incomplete. Harris running stride for stride with the NFL's top receiver.
Well, these guys are spending so much time together, they're going to be on each other's holiday card list. As Alan Harris is running right stride for stride with him. You can't cover it any better. You see there, almost grabs him, but he doesn't. That's how you do it. That's well defended. It's well defended. You can say something about his left arm getting across this thing, but he knocks the ball away, goes up for it, and then, of course, after the ball's on the ground, he gives him a little extra push as he goes by.
Harris then was first Pro Bowl last year. Slayton hits the corner. Slayton turns and goes down at the 26. 5-yard pickup. Charles Woodson with the stop. And four of the top candidates for the Offensive Rookie of the Year are Chicago running back Matt Fort, currently 5th in the league in rushing. Tennessee's Chris Johnson is closing in on 1,000 yards while splitting carries with Lindale White. And Steve Slayton has rushed for over 900 yards this season. And Atlanta quarterback Matt Ryan has guided the Falcons to an 8-4 season.
Well, I think you look at Matt Ryan and the season he's had on a team that was horrific a year ago and the change that he's brought you. I think Matt Ryan is a guy you have to nod to right now, but those other three are good candidates as well.
Forte leads all rookies in rushing. On 3rd down and 5 at the 26. A 6-yard pickup for Owen Daniels.
Got just enough for the first down, it looks like, although they may measure it. And this is just, it's kind of a rub where you see Anderson go up and then Daniels break underneath, and if they're in man coverage, as the pack is, a lot of times the defenders bump into each other. It's not like a block down the field by the receiver. It's where you get the defenders to rub against each other and bump into each other and free up the receivers because of that.
First down at the 31. Andre Davis in motion. Here's Shaw. Quick release. Davis with the catch, and he's dropped at the 20. Great job by Charles Woodson, the former Heisman Trophy winner. Only a 1-yard gain, and he's playing strong safety today.
Yeah, it's really unselfish of him as well. I mean, this is a guy that's a Pro Bowl caliber corner, particularly this year with all the interceptions. And, you know, I spoke to Bob Sanders, defensive coordinator for the Pack. He said the guy's really unselfish. He says, I will play back there if you need me to. And, of course, what that does is it ends up the Green Bay Packers now have 4 cornerbacks playing in their secondary, so they can even play man-to-man coverage without making their nickel substitutions.
2nd down and 9 at the 32. Slayton caught in the backfield and wrapped up. Great job by Mike Montgomery. And that's a loss of 4 yards.
Well, you'll see it right here. He gets a hard inside move and goes right around the left tackle, Dwayne Brown of the Texans. He stands up Dwayne Brown, and Brown can't step down. You see Dwayne Brown standing up, putting his head back, going, I can't believe the guy got inside on me.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 at the 29. They need to go to the 41 for first down. Kevin Walter crosses. Matt Shaw sets up a screen. Slayton looking for a seam, and he won't get it. What a nice tackle by Charles Woodson. He just jumped on him. A 5-yard gain, and Houston will have to punt.
Oh, you said it, Gus. Charles Woodson came up, and it looked like it was going to be another one of those plays where Slayton makes something out of it. Looks like he's got room, tries to come up. Watch Woodson. Boom, gets him, just pulls him right to the ground. What a sensational tackle coming through the gap, coming up fast on a screenplay that was well set up and still defending it.
So Will Blackman is back deep. Turk from the 20. He faked it. He faked it. Turk, he's got the first down and more. And watch the Houston Texans pull a rabbit out of their hat. As Turk fakes the punt to keep the drive alive and gain 18.
Well, he faked it, Gus, but I don't think it was called. He comes up, he thinks it's blocked, and it probably was. It probably was. Corey Hall came right up through the middle, right there. You'll see right there. Matt Turk thinks it's going to get blocked, so he just pulls it down and gets one more block, and then it's all she wrote. He's gone. Watch there. He sees that, gets great pressure. The Packers, without question, had the block on, and Turk saw it and made something out of nothing. What a great break for the Texans because they have a veteran punter.
And he gets a lot of respect from his teammates on the sideline. 13-7 Houston. And welcome back. First down now for the Texans at the 47. Here's Shaw firing up top. Incomplete. Andre Davis, the intended receiver. Tramon Williams covering. As we take another look at the fake punt.
You'll see it coming right up the middle. Turk sees the pressure coming from Corey Hall The Packers run it really well. They really execute it extremely well, and Matt just says he's not going to get it, and then it opens up. He gets one last block there from Ryan Moats, the running back.
And that's the thing, he got a great block, and when a punter pulls it down like that and decides to run, like on defense when there's an interception and they'll cry out, Oski, what does the punter say?
Well, the punter will make a call.
As Andre Johnson grabs it on the sideline.
Yeah, you're right, Gus. There are calls made like Oski for an interception or bingo. When a punter has that happen to him, as you watch this replay, the punter has a call he makes, and usually the guys will hear it. He'll just go. Scream. Because that's not supposed to happen. And then as he's running out of bounds, he'll say, don't hurt me, don't hurt me, don't hurt me.
Turk got out of bounds. He's 40 years old. First down at 10 at the 27. Here's Slayton. And Slayton down at the 25. Campbell with the tackle. Tennessee and Cleveland. Here's James Brown in New York.
Hey, Gus, we know that the Titans can clinch the South with the win today. They look like they're in route play action by Kerry Collins on the roll, hooking up with Justin Gage at the back of the end zone, a 9-yard strike. Tennessee out in front, 21-6. That in the third. Back to Gus Johnson and Steve Tasker.
All right, JB, so Tennessee continuing to play well with an 11-1 record. Second down and 7 at the 24. And a flag.
False start, number 44, offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Oh, there.
So on second down and 12. False start. Kerry Kubiak. He's taken some chances in this game. His team has played extremely well. Should be up by more than just a 13-7 score. Second down and 12 of the 29. Slayton lining up as a receiver. They ran a screen out of this formation before. This time underneath, caught by Walter. And Walter fumbled it. He fumbled the football, but what do they call?
Call him down by contact all the way up to the 16-yard line. They're going to give him the first down as well. You'll see here, Walter's going to come across, and he's going to take the shot right there.
Whoa. Wow. And the red flag is out.
Nick Collins got him, and that ball's out. And we'll have to see, though, where the whistle was. And this is one of those convoluted little reviews where had the whistle blown, was the ball dead, who's going to get it? We'll have to wait and see and how they sort this out.
No challenge on the play.
Yeah, it was not reviewable because of they had blown it dead at the spot of the contact, so it wasn't reviewable. They just went on with play.
First down and 10 of the 16. Slayton. And Slayton lost it. This time it's a fumble, and the Packers have it. Johnny Jolly. And the Packers have the football at their own 20. 3 turnovers today for Houston.
Gus, I'll tell you what, that is the story of the year for both of these clubs. The Green Bay Packers do a great job, maybe better than anybody else, about ripping the ball out, getting interceptions, getting the ball away from their opponent on turnovers. And the Houston Texans are a team that's battling just to stay in the conversation about the playoffs because they turn it over. They have got an offense that moves the football, scores points, but turns it over entirely too much week in, week out.
Green Bay leading the NFL in takeaway points now with the football at the 21, down 13-7, under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Aaron Rodgers has been mediocre today. Underneath, and the ball is caught. This time it's James Jones, but Rodgers has shown an ability to not only get hot, Steve, but get hot quickly.
Yeah, no question. He did it last week. He had a great game last week, I thought. I mean, and bringing the Pack back, getting him a lead with a 95-yard drive to give him a 31-28 lead. And then, of course, it got away from him when the Carolina Panthers put up a couple of big plays to get back on top. And then the Pack couldn't answer after that.
2nd down and 2 at the 29. Here's the handoff to Grant. And Grant gets to the 31. Picks up a 1st down. A gain of 2. D'Amico Ryans in on the play.
Now this is going to come down to where they spotted. I think they're going to give him the 1st down. Yeah, I think he got the 1st down. It's going to be close, but he got it. But you're right, Gus. Aaron Rodgers has played really consistently today. And if you think about the Texans and where they've been this year, you had Owen Daniels going into the end zone early in the first half. It took away 7 points. And then the missed field goal at halftime. And then the turnover right there, which took away at least 3 points, or at least an attempt for 3 points. This is a much bit different ball game than it would otherwise have been had Houston not turned the football over.
So a 1st down for Green Bay. 51 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Steve Slayton fumbling the football. 3 turnovers today for Houston.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, though, Gus, the 3 turnovers Houston gave up today, they were forced. They weren't just mistakes by the Texans. The Green Bay Packer defense has really done a great job of forcing those turnovers. And the one right before the turnover we just saw, they forced one that didn't go their way.
1st down at the 31. Play fake. Rodgers rolling, looking downfield for the home run. It's Jennings. Oh, it's caught at the 5. Greg Jennings. Unbelievable.
When Rodgers let this go, Gus, I thought there was no way he was going to fit it in between Harrison and Hall, and I'm telling you what, unbelievable catch by Greg Jennings between Harrison and Reeves. Boom. Wow.
And welcome back. Houston, you have a problem because Rodgers is starting to heat up a little bit with the football now. The Packers 1st down and goal at the Houston 6.
Man, you called it, Gus. You said Rodgers has that knack for getting hot at the right time and getting hot quickly. A 63-yard pass play right down the pipe.
1st down and goal at the 6. Grant. Touchdown, Green Bay. Bada bing, bada boom. Aaron Rodgers, 63-yard strike, and Grant runs it in from 6 yards out. All made possible after the Slayton fumble.
I'll tell you, Gus, it's the perfect time to bust it into the end zone after you hit him for a big, big play. Great job by the fullback, John Kuhn, who passes the first defender and goes right into the 2nd level and roots out the guy. Last guy to get a chance for the tackle.
Extra point up and good, and Green Bay takes the lead. Start of the 4th quarter. Packers 14, Texans 13. We've got a ball game in Green Bay. Welcome back as the Packers take their first lead of the day, 14-13, on the Grant 6-yard touchdown run. So now Green Bay ready to kick it off. Andre Davis is back deep for the Texans. And Davis from the 10. Davis over the 35 up to the 37, a 27-yard return. John Kuhn with the tackle. Here comes Steve Slayton.
Got a 1-point game.
And welcome back. We've got a 1-point game as we start the 4th quarter. Packers with their first lead, but now the Texans will start at their own 37. 1st down. Play fake. Shot over the middle. Caught. inside Green Bay territory. Walter has been sensational this afternoon. He gains 15 yards there. Walter, 4 catches, 132 yards.
Yeah, it's just a big play-action pass as Andre Johnson goes right down the middle, and Walter comes right underneath him in the vacated area. And Schaub had plenty of time to stand back there, step up, and gun it right down low to the ground, make sure of the completion.
First down at the Green Bay 48. Here's Schaub rolling out of the pocket, looks backside, but delivers to the sideline, rather, and this is Joel Dreesen with a 4-yard pickup. Dreesen backup tight end to Owen Daniels as Papinga come up with the tackle.
I think one of the things about this offense of the Texans, Schaub's getting the hang of it. When you get into a game, sometimes, Gus, you'll see quarterbacks hang on to the ball and try and throw the ball downfield on those bootlegs. I think as the game wears on, Matt Schaub gets a feel for the fact that in this game he's going to have to throw it quick to the shallow guy on all those bootlegs.
Second down and 6. Schaub underneath. Davis with the catch, backpedaling. Davis still moving, and he's taken down inside the 25. Andre Davis picks up 21 yards as Tramon Williams finally manages to stop him.
Yeah, and that ball was thrown right in his numbers. Watch as Schaub comes back. He's going to throw this, boom, right on his inside number. And once you throw it there, Gus, all the receiver has to do is clamp onto it, and then he gains an extra 12 yards just by hanging onto the football and going with the momentum.
First down at the Green Bay 23. Slayton. And Slayton trying to get to the 20. He'll settle to the 21. Michael Montgomery in on the play as subs come in. Alfred Malone and Justin Harrell, 2 defensive linemen for the Packers.
Yeah, and the Packers defense, it does a nice job, and they're a get after you defense. They're a pressure defense, and you know this Texan offense, you know, you wonder, you know, they move the ball, it seems sometimes, Gus, they move it at will, but they just don't finish drives like they should.
Second down and 8 at the 21 as they begin the wave here at Lambeau Field. Slayton running, and Slayton down to the 16-yard line. Montgomery again on the tackle. A 5-yard pickup, and this is the 3rd time this year Houston has gone over the 400-yard mark in a game. They have 438 yards.
Yeah, and with 438 yards, they've only got 13 points to show for it, and that's the problem.
Good point. 3rd down. Coach McCarthy, Coach Kubiak on the left. Slayton, the single setback. They fake the pitch. Schaub rolling, looking. Schaub delivers over the middle. Walter, and he's denied the first down.
Oh, he got a nice spot, though. I was with you, Gus. I thought he got denied the first down, but then the official came in and gave him quite the beneficial spot. And it looks like he's going to have it. Watch the shot, and I'm telling you what, Gus, nobody on the Packers was fooled by this bootleg. He had to throw it back inside, which is a little bit dangerous. And I think he got the first down. Wow, he did.
He got it by the nose of the football.
I was with you guys from up here in our vantage point. We both thought he was stopped short. But when Schaub came out and turned around to find a receiver out there, they were all covered, and there were people chasing him right now. The Packers were all over that bootleg, but it didn't matter because they got the first down. Watch here, he's got to get another yard or so. I don't know that the ball ever got that far, but certainly that's where they spotted it.
First down and 10 at the 13-yard line of Green Bay for the Houston Texans. Steve Slayton running straight ahead, and he lowers his shoulder and gets to the 10-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Michael Montgomery brings him down.
And this, you almost get the feeling that the Texans now, after turning the football over so many times, they're just kind of saying, listen, we're just going to make sure we get a chance to get 3 points out of this, get the lead back away from the Packers, and then put the pressure back on them. There's a lot of time in the 4th quarter And we can't afford another mistake that we're going to have to overcome.
Second down and 8 from the 11. Schaub rolling. Schaub looking, fires, touchdown Houston. Andre Johnson found a soft spot in the back of the end zone, and the Texans reclaim the lead.
Al Harris is hot. He thinks Andre Johnson pushed off in the back of the end zone, but here we go again. Matt Schaub, play action bootleg coming out. This time Andre Johnson comes out late. The Packers didn't shut Schaub off. Now we'll see here. Al Harris was vehement after this play was done. We'll see if Andre Johnson pushes off. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I think that's a good route by Andre Johnson. There was just so much time for him to come open. Al Harris just had to cover too long. It's too much to ask.
And now
Houston takes a timeout, and they're going to go for 2 points.
19-14 the score right now. Gary Kubiak shaking the dice again.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot, the official home improvement sponsor of the NFL. In high definition by Sony. High definition, it's in Sony's DNA. And by the all-new 09 F-150. It's not just a new truck, it's a new F-150.
Welcome back. Gary Kubiak electing to go for 2, but he burned a timeout. Houston with only 1 timeout remaining. That could come back to haunt him later. So the 2-point conversion. Slayton in the backfield. They fake the reverse. Schaub buying time. Throws. And he got it. Great job by Matt Schaub, as he waited until the last possible second to throw the football.
Andre Johnson came all the way across the formation. When Schaub came out there, this looked done. And yet he finds it. Oh, and he dragged it. That's a good call. That's a touchdown. The crowd saw it on replay. They didn't like it. But there's no question. He catches it, and drags his foot. Catch and drags his toe. Yeah, that's a catch, touchdown, actually extra point. That's good. He's got the ball there, his left foot, and he drags his toe. You see the dirt fly up right there. That's a good call.
So Andre Johnson not only scores a touchdown, he adds a 2-point conversion, which makes it a 7-point game with 10:05 to play. Andre Johnson going over 6,000 yards for his career. 30 career touchdowns now. 4 catches, 55 yards today, and a touchdown.
I'll tell you, you can learn a lot by watching Gary Kubiak run an offense. If you've got a guy who's number 1 in the league in catches, number 1 in yards, you go to him, and especially in crucial situations.
But the Packers are challenging the call on the field. So they're challenging the...
After reviewing the play, it is a 2-point try is good. The receiver had control of the ball, left foot down, and was able to drag his right foot. It is good.
Yeah, there's no question they got the right call on this. When Andre Johnson went up to catch this, he came down, his left foot came down flat in the end zone, and his right foot, you're going to see the dirt fly up right as he trusts it. Now this foot's down. Watch right there. He drags his other foot, and the little rooster tail of sod goes up behind him, and the officials got it right.
So that will cost Green Bay a timeout. 2 timeouts left for the Packers. 1 timeout remaining for the Texans, plus the 2-minute warning. A lot of football left, though. 10:05 to play in the 4th quarter. Yeah, 21-14.
With these two teams, Gus, it's 21-14 now. This game could end up 38-35.
Yes, you're right.
It really could. I mean, with the playmakers on either side of the football and what we've seen each of them do at certain points of this season, it's highly possible there's a lot more scoring to be done.
This one coming right at you. as Brown sends it to Blackman over to the sideline. Blackman picks it up inside his own 5. And he is dropped at the 10-yard line. Great special teams by Dominic Barber. But the last time the Packers had the football off the Steve Slayton turnover, they managed to go deep.
Here's the turnover where it came out, picked up by the big fella, Jolly, and then the big play, the sensational throw and catch, Rodgers to Jennings, and then the TD. Ryan Grant gets into the end zone almost untouched. That was a great drive, keyed by that huge pass play from Rodgers to Jennings.
First down and 10, Green Bay at their own 11. Rodgers, empty backfield out of the shotgun. High snap handle. Rodgers in trouble. Rodgers, quick feet, throws, and it's caught by his rookie, Jordy Nelson, who walks it out of bounds.
Well, this is what a good quarterback does. I mean, he's dead to rights right there with Anthony Weaver, and he just gets out of it. I mean, you can't put a value on that, Gus. That could have been disastrous for the Packers, and it ends up being a nice little 6-yard gain just because Matt Rodgers' ability.
Second down and 4. Here's Rodgers again, quickly, near side, and the ball caught by Ravel Martin. Packers are following the Detroit-Minnesota game today. Here's James Brown.
Hey, Gus and Steve, Tavares Jackson, in for the injured Gus Farab with the lower back issue. Tavares Jackson rolling right, throws it to Vincente Shanko, 11-yard strike. It is now 17-13 Minnesota over Detroit in the 4th. Back to Gus and Steve.
All right, JB, third down and 3 at the 18-yard line. Incomplete for the Packers. Aaron Rodgers wanted a flag. He won't get it. And Houston will prepare to receive the football again. The Packers today are 0 of 8 on third down conversions.
And that has killed them. And you see there, and I think that's interference. I think Dante Robinson had Driver right around the waist, wouldn't let him off the line, and when Driver got by him, he grabbed him around the waist. I think that's a missed call.
Cavanaugh sends it away. Jacoby Jones lost it. Loose. Who's got it? Wow! Turnovers. The Houston Texans continue to shoot themselves. 4 turnovers today.
Yeah, and this is just a tough punt to handle. His top spin on it is coming down, and he just misplays it. Jacoby Jones, it comes off him, and then I'll tell you, Gus, when it goes down in there, I've told you this before, Satan lives at the bottom of an NFL pile. You don't want any part of being down there. Strongest cat gets it, and the one who will stoop the lowest and pull the dirtiest trick comes out with the ball, no matter who's got it when it starts.
First down and 10 at the 49. Packers catch a break. 9:04 to go. Aaron Rodgers dropping back, fires. He has a man, and this is Grant out of the backfield, and he's dropped at the 43. D'Amico Ryans make that Xavier Adibi with the tackle after an 8-yard gain.
Well, this is a Packers a refurbishment. I mean, you can tell their body language is better. They got rejuvenated by that last turnover. They got great field position because of it. Now you can just tell they got a skip in their step coming out of the huddle. They feel good about themselves.
Second down and 2 at the 43. Here's Grant again over the left side, and he's chopped down and knocked out of bounds by Eugene Wilson.
And here we go again, Gus. I mean, this is going to be a third down, and you can say that statistic again. They're 0 for today on third down.
3rd and 1 from 41.
0 for 8 On third down conversions. Third down and 1 for Mike McCarthy and the Green Bay Packers at the Houston 42. Rodgers maybe changing the play at the line of scrimmage. The pitch. Grant. This time he gets a first down and more. Stiff arm down the sideline, and he goes out of bounds. Inside the Texans 20 as Eugene Wilson is there to usher him out of bounds.
Watch the left side of this line. They're going to string it out, and he gets led out there by Chad Clifton and Darren College, and they did a nice job on the outside. Great work on the left side of the line by the Packers. They got to the corner and got up the field.
But what a great play, what a great call by Aaron Rodgers to audible at the line of scrimmage. A 22-yard gain. And it's Grant again. And he spins down at the 11. D'Amico Ryan stops him. But now the Packers are starting to lean on this Texans team. A 9-yard gain.
You can't really overstate, Gus, what a turnover does to a team who's just walked off the field disgusted with themselves, and to get another chance to come back out, they feel good, and it's just the opposite for the Texan defense. The wind is knocked out of them.
Second down and 1 at the 11. Grant. And he gets to the 10-yard line. Xavier DB with the tackle. 6:37 and counting.
He got a first down. He just got just inside the 10, which was the line to gain. And they're going to move the chain. So now it's first and goal, Gus, just inside the 10-yard line. I think you play action pass, Gus. They've run the football. They've got the momentum. They got two big running backs in the backfield. Play action to see if you can pop one loose.
First down and goal at the 9. Play action. Rodgers in trouble. Throws incomplete. Mario Williams coming close to a sack. And I think the Packers were listening to you, partner.
Yeah,
because that's
sense.
Exactly what they did.
Yeah, it made sense. I'll tell you what, Gus. They score on this play. This place comes apart. And you'll see here, Mario Williams comes way up the field, and he's got the speed to get in there, and Rodgers can step out of it. But even so doing, he's just throwing that football away. The pressure was coming in, and nobody came open on the play-action pass.
Second down and goal at the 9. Brandon Jackson is checked in at running back. He's standing right next to Aaron Rodgers. Here's Rodgers looking for his rookie. Touchdown! Jordy! Jordy Nelson with the touchdown. And with 5:56 to go, this place is rocking. Packers with a chance to tie it up.
Aaron Rodgers throws this up to the rookie and just says, make a play for me, and he does. Jordy Nelson, big receiver, just goes up. Great throw by Rodgers, used his body, just stepped in front.
Extra point up, and good. So with 5:56 to go in the fourth quarter, we've got a tie game. Packers 21, Texans 21. Welcome back. As you take a look at the turnover graphic, the Packers have scored all of their points off of the 4 Houston turnovers today. 21 apiece. Under 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Line drive kick fielded at the 30-yard line. And the Texans wisely get down at the 35. Chris White, a backup center, returning it. And the Texans will have solid field position.
You know, Gus, you talk about statistics like you just said, where the Packs got 21 points off the 4 turnovers. It's amazing that Houston is tied in this ball game with 5:53 to go in the fourth. Most teams are not good enough to turn it over 4 times and still be in the ball game.
5:53 to play in the 4th quarter. We're tied at 21. Do-or-die game for the Packers and the Texans if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. As we take a look at the game summary, Green Bay has scored all of their points on 4 Houston turnovers. Chris Brown, 2 of 3 today. He missed a 41-yarder. He has a new snapper. And Steve Slayton, excellent. He goes over the 1,000-yard mark with 114 yards rushing and a flag.
Yeah, they just
intentional grounding is the call.
They just got Matt Schaub. It took a while for him to decide whether anybody was out there in the vicinity, and there was nobody there. And there's no question he's throwing it away, and he's inside the tackle box, so he has there's no choice. And this is an intentional grounding, and it's a good call by the officials. It took them a while, but they got it right. You'll see when he throws this out there, there's nobody there. I mean, nobody.
Matt Schaub has been solid, 22 of 35. 325 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Second down and 20 at the 25. Here's Schaub. Finds his tight end, Daniels. And Daniels gets close to the original line of scrimmage as Desmond Bishop, the outside linebacker, starting today for Brandon Chiller, makes the play on defense, and he has been terrific today.
Yeah, and after you get the intentional grounding, it's second down, so they don't get the play back. Now this brings up 3rd down, so on that play, Gus, they're trying to get half of what they needed on a 2nd and 20. They wanted to give themselves 3rd and 10 or less, and they got 3rd and 11.
3rd down and 11 at the 34. They need to go to the 45 for first down. Texans are 7 of 12 on 3rd down conversions out of the gun. Here's Schaub looking to the sideline. Walter with the grab, but not enough for the first down. Walter going out of bounds in front of Jarrett Bush.
You're right, Gus. He's not there for the first down. And I'll tell you what, Schaub comes back to him very late, makes a pretty good throw, but it's just a little out of his reach, and it makes him fall down out of bounds short of the first down, which brings on Matt Turk, who has had to pull the ball down and run for a first down earlier in the game because of the pressure that the Pack put on him. They had the block on, and they would have blocked it, but Matt Turk pulled it down and got the first. We'll see what happens here.
Turk punting from the 29. Blackman back deep. He's returned 2 for touchdowns this season from the 9. Blackman dancing. And he will not go anywhere. Gets to the 15. Kevin Bentley with the tackle on special teams. A 46-yard punt and a 6-yard return. Now coming up on the Subway postgame show, join JB, Shannon, Coach Cower, and the Boom for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's coming up on the Subway postgame show. So Aaron Rodgers, the man that replaced the great Brett Favre, has been good and not so good. In the second half, he started to play better. 17 of 28, 233, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Takes over at his own 16-yard line. His receivers have shown an ability to get deep today. Grant in the backfield with Rodgers. Rodgers looking. Driver at the 50. Driver down the sideline. And Donald Driver down at the 25. Brandon Harrison with the tackle. But the Green Bay Packers are moving it now. That's a gain of 59.
Aaron Rodgers had all day to stand back there and wait on Donald Driver to get deep, cross into the vacant area, and make the great catch. And as he turns up the field, his buddy Greg Jennings is down the field giving him the good block to spring him for another 15 or 20 yards. Great job by the Packers on the deep route.
First down and 10 at the Houston 25. And they run it. Grant. He gets to the 23. Mario Williams. with the tackle. A gain of 4.
And for those who just joined us, this is a game where the Texans have really dominated offensive stats. Gary Kubiak's team has moved the football up and down the field, but they've turned it over 4 times, once going in for a touchdown. They missed a field goal at halftime. They've turned it over a couple of times in the second half, and the Packers have taken advantage of every one of those, and that's why this is such a tight game.
2nd down and 7 at the 22. Grant lines up as the single setback. Game tied at 21. Here's Grant running, lowering his shoulder, and he goes down. A flag on the play. After an 8-yard pickup, and this will go against Green Bay.
As bad as the turnovers have been against Houston.
Holding, number 75. Offense, 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That's Tony Mall in for Mark Tauscher today. Tauscher had a knee injury in the first half, and that's the 4th holding penalty for Mike McCarthy's team.
Yeah, I was just saying that as bad as the turnovers have been for Houston, the penalties have been that bad for Green Bay today. That's been their problem. They've stopped themselves. You see right here in front of you.
6 penalties. 65 yards for Green Bay today.
I didn't see that penalty. I didn't think Maul held him at all.
So that makes it 2nd down and 17. At the 32. Green Bay with 2 timeouts. Houston with 1 timeout. And we have the 2-minute warning coming. As Gary Kubiak watches. In trouble. Rodgers sacked at the 41. D'Amico Ryans, the middle linebacker, shot the gap and made the play. And that may have taken them out of field goal range.
That is a huge defensive play, as big a defensive play as the Texans have made all day. Ryans just gets right past the right guard, Darren College, and gets right up into the backfield. He times the snap count perfectly, and Rodgers has got no chance.
So that makes it 3rd down and 26 at the 41. A 9-yard loss. Jackson in the backfield. Remember, he's good on screens. Here's Rodgers. In trouble, dumps it. His tight end, Donald Lee, with the catch. And he is stopped immediately at the 40-yard line by Adibi.
What a great defensive series right there by the Texans. The big sack. Rodgers just dumping it off, forcing him to throw it short and make the tackle. Watch Mario Williams. Just a hair too late.
2 minutes remaining. Packers have to make a decision. Great defensive stand by Gary Kubiak's Houston Texans. Game tied at 21, 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter as the Packers bring on the punt team. Jeremy Capino signed this week after the release of Derek Frost to punt, and he stands at his own 48. Trying to deliver this one high in the air. It's a spiraling punt, and it takes a bounce. Great job. Jeremy Cavanos pitching pennies, and this one is down at the 2. A 35-yard punt.
In his first game as a Packer, Gus, his first punt was 25 yards, but from then on he has punted great. And this one is the best play of the day.
Spencer Havner just called up.
Cavanos hasn't even been here long enough to know you're supposed to jump up when you do the little chest bump thing. He's not familiar with that rule of the team.
So the minute and 49 remaining, Houston with 1 timeout at their own 3-yard line. Slayton. And Slayton gets to the 5. So let's take a look at the NFC North as the Packers started the day 2 games behind Minnesota. Minnesota beating the Lions, who fall to 0-13. So Green Bay calling a timeout. They now have 1 remaining. So the story of this game, Steve, turnovers.
No question. You look back at what happened. Started early on, going in for the touchdown. Boom. On the ground, going the other way for the Packers. Then the nice interception. And then a fumble by Slayton, which happened right after a fumble didn't get overturned, which should have. And then, of course, Jacoby Jones dropping the punt, set up the tying touchdown by the Packers. 21 points by Green Bay, 21 points off turnovers.
2nd down and 7 for Matt Schaub, who missed the last 5 weeks after a knee injury suffered against Minnesota. Football at his own 6. Play fake. Schaub throwing out of his own end zone. Dumps it to Leach with running room. And Vontae Leach all the way up to the 28-yard line. Nick Collins knocks him out of bounds, but it's a 22-yard gain. And the clock stops at 1:34. And there's an injured player. Looks like Nick Collins hurt on the Texans sideline.
Yeah, Vontae Leach comes out and they just forget about him. Poppinga lets him go after hitting him once and then turns inside because he thinks that the ball's going somewhere else. And then there's where, Leach just lands on his lower left leg here as he rolls over, and you can see right there.
Vontae Leach is a load.
Yeah, he
6
is.
feet, 253 pounds.
We've seen that play once or twice earlier today as well. When he catches the ball going up the sideline, he is not running out of bounds.
So 1:34 to go. Game tied at 21. Nick Collins on his back is Matt Schaub with a smile. Walks back onto the field.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Gus, it's 1:34 to go, and these guys are looking around, and Matt Schaub's got a smile on his face because they love this stuff. These guys love it. It's a lot of pressure, but you love having the ball in your hands with a chance to win it with less than 2 minutes.
Now these two teams have only met once before, back in 2004. Texans jumped out to an early lead as David Carr and Dominic Davis connected on a 7-yard strike. The Packers came back in the 4th. Brett Favre to Donald Driver to cut the Houston lead to 3. With the score tied at 13, Ryan Longwell hit a 46-yarder as time expired to give the Packers a 16-13 win. So Donald Driver helped to his Nick Collins helped to his feet.
Yeah, and at this crucial point, Gus, you really don't need your defensive backs coming off the field hurt with 1:36 to go, looking at overtime in the face or trying to stop the Texans from moving down the football field with a depleted secondary.
Now, where do the Texans have to go
they've got
to get in Chris Brown territory?
Well, they can try anything from 55 or less. And they can even try it from 60 or less. But to have a legitimate shot at it, it's got to be 50 yards or less. Anything over 50 yards is 50-50. But they'll try it, Gus, with time running out. Obviously, they'll try it no matter what the distance.
1st down and 10 now for Matt Schaub at the 28-yard line. 1:34 to go. Back snap. He picks it up and runs. And is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and is lucky to still have the football.
Yeah, it's not going to call it. I think what he'll do is just run the same play again.
Here's Schaub, flag on the play, free play, and this one is caught by the speedy tight end, the wide receiver David Anderson.
Well, that could not have worked out better for the Texans, Gus. It was a free play, and now not only do they get the 1st down, the clock stops while they do the penalty and sort that out. The Texans have time to gather themselves.
Number 74, defense, in the neutral zone at the snap. Penalty will be declined. 1st down, result of the play is 1st down.
Anderson just running a little shallow cross right behind Daniels. And that's when you're in man coverage, Gus, all you need is one little crease, and it could turn into a long play.
1st down and 10 at the 44. 1:09 to go. Schaub throwing, and once again it's Anderson. David Anderson stopped by Charles Woodson, but gains 5 yards. As Chris Brown gets off the bench and puts his helmet on, he'll start warming up. Schaub looking over the middle. Oh, and Daniels. And they're in field goal range now. Daniels down to the 25.
Yeah. They're going to let the clock run down, Gus. They may spike. He's motioning to spike it. I don't even know if I would. I'd just let the clock run. Get down and try your field goal.
A 27-yard gain.
The Packers were in man coverage all the way across the board. Daniels has the hesitation and then the jump move. Bishop got caught freezing his feet. That's a great play call by Kubiak. If you've got man coverage all the way across, if one guy takes a wrong step defensively, somebody's coming open. And Matt Schaub found him.
So with 27 seconds left, Green Bay out of timeouts. Houston has one left. Slayton, 2 hands on the football. And he keeps going forward and goes down at the 21. A.J. Hawk. The clock winding down.
Yeah, they're going to wind it down to about 3 or 4 seconds. Call the timeout. He says 6 seconds and maybe.
So they stop it at 4. Chris Brown, 8 career game-winning field goals. Today, he's been good from 30 yards out, 41 yards out, and he has missed a 41-yarder. And this one will be from about 40 yards away.
Yeah, it'll be right at the 30-yard line, maybe a hair inside of it. But this is exactly what this is why Matt Schaub was smiling at the beginning of this drive. He wanted the opportunity to do this with his team. This is the early one right before halftime, just wide right. And I'll tell you guys, if you're the Packers, now the odds are against you. You don't get these kickers in the NFL coming out here going 3 for 5. They may go 4 out of 5. Usually they'll go 5 of 5, 4 of 4. If they miss on a day, it's only once. But this is no gimme.
So, Chris Brown in to attempt a 40-yarder. Matt Turk is holder. For the win, it's up and good. And the Houston Texans come into Lambeau and defeat the Packers 24-21. Matt Schaub with a 40-yard field goal to win it. Chris Brown, with a 40-yard field goal to win it as Matt Schaub led him down the field.
And there was no doubt when he kicked that, when it cleared the line of scrimmage, it was right down the middle. And I'll tell you, Gus, when your team, if you're the head coach and your team's -3 on the takeaway, you can't watch. You can't even watch the kick. Gary Kubiak with his back to the play, and Mike McCarthy, he saw it all.
So Chris Brown delivering 3 of 4 on field goals today. Matt Schaub led him down the field. Schaub finishes with 414 yards passing, 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. And the Texans win it 24-21. So for Steve Tasker, this is Gus Johnson saying so long from Green Bay. You've been watching the National Football League on CBS. Coming up, it's a Subway post-game show. We'll take you to New York for all of the scores and highlights right after this. Happy birthday, Bill Thayer.